Hey guys, welcome back to channel Football Analytics. Today I'm going to be giving out tips for the Saturdays and Sundays games, Premier League round 33. So we got 6 games to go. The Champions League race is fascinating. Who's going to get the 5th spot? We shall see. Now, hit a thumbs up on this channel, guys. Always appreciate your support, and let's keep this channel growing. Now, let's start off with the 4 p.m. games. Brentford against Brighton. Quite a tricky one. So the line right now, let's check what the bookies are giving us. 245. Brentford is a slight favorite in this game, and Brighton is at 270. Well, let me show you a few stats that I like for this game. I consider actually Brighton should be the favorite because it's a more important game for them in terms of standings. They still have an outside shot to get into the Conference League, but of course it's going to be tough. Now, both teams are not playing that well, especially Brighton. Look at that. In the last 5-0 victories, and before that, look at their streak. And I'll show you the stat that I really like in this game. First of all, we're betting only on goals on this channel, guys. No outcomes of games, and try to also bet on singles instead of accumulators. Now, so as you can see here, Brentford in the last 2 home games, 0 goals since the start of the Yeah, they haven't won at home in 2025. This is insane for a team like Brentford, who's been scoring in bunches in 2024. Another stat that I want to quickly show you is this one. The last 2 games ended in a 0-0. Yeah, overall, Brighton is the better team here, but I'm leaning towards the far chart and taking Brentford. I just don't believe they're going to go 3 consecutive games at home not scoring. So the line right now is at 140 for over 1 market, meaning if they score 1, you get a refund, get a website that has it. If they score 2 goals, you win the bet. But if you also want to take it live, I just think that Brentford is going to score 1 goal. Now, let's move on to the Crystal Palace Bournemouth game. Another tricky one, guys. The line is equal. Bournemouth is the better team. Crystal Palace conceded, guys, freaking 10 goals in the last 2 games. 5-0 loss against Newcastle that just happened a couple of days ago, and against Man City, where they had a 2-0 lead and then they just choked. As for Bournemouth, the time to take on them was last week when they beat Fulham, because look at that streak. They haven't won 5 games in a row. But in this game, guys, I feel like every time a team loses 5-0, they come back with a vengeance. But for us, the vengeance should be just scoring 1 goal. By the way, Crystal Palace is really solid at home. Look at this. 4 straight wins, and they always score at home. And that's what we're leaning towards taking here. Another home team to score in Crystal Palace. The odds are a bit better here. It's still at 150 for over 1 market. That's something you can consider also taking live. By the way, most of my picks I take live. I hunt them down past the 65th minute. Everton, Man City. Okay, Man City, on this channel, we're taking desperate teams, and Man City is a desperate team right now because they need to get into the Champions League next year. We're going to see what's going to happen with their 115 charges. Everton are safe, by the way. They had a victory against Nottingham, and we had Nottingham actually to score last week, and it was the only bet that didn't go through for the Premier League. And Everton, really solid defensive team. Man City feels like that they're back in form. They scored 5 against Crystal Palace. Leicester was an easy one. They beat Bournemouth away. Well, that was FA Cup, but still, they're playing better. Man City, I'm not sure if they're officially back, but this game means a lot for them. If you want to take a Man City victory at 191, I wouldn't suggest it because I just don't suggest outcomes of games. This is a game to take live. Right now, the over market is at 133, but I think you can grab better odds for Man City to score live. But this is what I really like about this game, this streak, that Man City always wins away from home against Everton. Look at that. I mean, let's continue that streak. So, Man City to score in this game. By the way, if you want to take Everton in this game, the over 1 option is at 188. West Ham against Southampton. Guys, I told you that we're going to be taking on the teams that relegated, and especially dead-ass teams, dead last. Like, look at Southampton. They relegated, 2 weeks ago. They conceded 77 goals. Look, West Ham still didn't get a victory. That counts a lot. I feel like they're going to get a W in this game. The odds are not too bad if you're going to take for a simple West Ham victory. You can get 150. That's not bad. Odds are dropping down. Money is going in on West Ham. This is nothing genius here, but I do believe that West Ham will finally get a dub. But if you want to be extra safe, West Ham to score in this game as well against the dead-ass Southampton team. For Saturday, the last game, game of the week, I believe. 2 teams in the best forms in the Premier League. Newcastle first. Look at that 5 consecutive victory. Aston Villa are coming off a really tough loss against, a really tough win, which they didn't qualify against PSG. BTT, so technically it's a loss. But Aston Villa, look at that, home form, amazing. They haven't lost in a while. Newcastle, same thing away. Look at that, 3 wins in a row, but just in general, look at Newcastle's streak. So this is a tip that you should give me, guys. If you take this game, are you going to lean towards taking Aston Villa or Newcastle? Write it down in the comment section. Then we move on to Sunday, Fulham against Chelsea. Chelsea just lost to the Legia yesterday. A lot of people had their money on Chelsea to win, but that's why I didn't give out predictions for Conference League, even though I should have, because goals happened in those games. Everything went BTTS. But by the way, so right now Chelsea is the favorite to win at 57.8%. I feel like we should put Betis here as the second. I feel like Betis is going to be in the final against Chelsea. So Chelsea is going to face Djurgården, and I see Betis as the favorite against Fiorentina. Now, getting back to Chelsea's form, what I'm liking in this game is that they haven't won in ages away. Forget about the Legia game that they won away and also the Copenhagen. They haven't scored in 2 consecutive games in the Premier League away, and look at their losing streak. So I'm not sure they're going to be beaten Fulham, but the line right now is, whoa, it was at 185 for Chelsea, now it's at 250. That's crazy. So basically, I agree with the odds, by the way. Fulham is a really solid side at home, but I'm leaning towards a Chelsea goal here. Maybe they'll win the game. I don't know about that, but how long can Chelsea be shit for? Odds are at 145 for over 1 market, but I do believe they're going to be scoring against Fulham. If you want to take the Fulham market, it's at 160 right now, which is not bad with the way Chelsea has been performing away from home. Man United against Wolves, the line is rising heavily on Man United. It's now at 225. These odds are not bad at all. You can double up your money, but the line is rising because they just played against Lyon, 120 minutes yesterday in extra time. It was a really emotional game, so the players are going to be tired. So it's going to be a really mental, physical game against Wolves, who are in huge form. By the way, let's check out Man United right now is the 3rd favorite to win the Europa League. I agree with that. I feel like Bilbao is going to be qualifying against Man United, and they're going to win, and they're going to meet Tottenham in the final. So listen, for this game, I'm going to show you one stat that I like in this game because I'm leaning towards taking Wolves here. So Man United, the majority of the time, they concede, as I showed you in the standings before. Look at Wolves. In 5 games, they have 13 points. Amazing what they've been doing. They're not going to relegate. Look at them. Where are the Wolves at? Hold on. How come it's not showing me? Oh, yeah, this is, sorry, go back to the standings. Yeah, right now Wolves are 16, so they're safe. And look what I like about this game. There's one stat. I'm basing off majority of my bets off of stats. It's not random stuff. We're searching for the goal market. And look at this. Last 2 games that Man United played against Wolves, they didn't concede. And that's unlike Man United. So I believe they are going to be conceding in the 3rd straight. Goal market over 1 right now is at 185 for Wolves and 125 simply for Man United goal. They blocked the over 1 market. Last game, this is going to be a live game. I want to show you the Leicester streaks. This is something that I hope you guys took last week against Brighton. Eventually it was going to end, but they are still riding that streak at home, guys. Look at that. 6 games in a row where they haven't scored. No, 7 games. It's already history, so can they keep it going? Leicester market right now is at 365 for over 1 goal, and for a simple goal it's at 195. It's probably going to rise till 2 before the end of the game. But for Liverpool, guys, they won against West Ham as we predicted last week, and I feel like they're going to be taking the 3 points in this game, but let's just bet on the goal market live here. It's too low right now at 122. So if you see past the 65th minute, Liverpool hasn't scored, which I would be shocked, take Liverpool because eventually they're going to win the league. Guys, we have a lot of picks for Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to be my predictions. I'm going to start recording the La Liga video next, and I'm going to drop it in a few hours or perhaps later in the night. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up on this video, and I'm going to be seeing you very soon.